Welcome to the G.A.B. This is G.A.B.
They should have never gave you platforms.
Y'all know what segment we about to get into. Oh, snaps. We about to get into the SAF segment. And I gotta talk about this movie right here. This shit a white classic. And the reason why I call it white classic, cause when I start encountering white people and they tell me about they movies that they like, this one of the movies that always came up. And I was like, I ain't never watched this shit. Pretty Woman. It was on Hulu. But it been on other platforms. And when people talk to me about Pretty Woman, oh my God, them white folks go crazy. They be like, oh my God, it's so good. You need to watch it. And I tell them, like, I ain't never seen Pretty Woman. They like, are you from Earth? What? Do you live here? You live under a rock? What? Nigga. No, I don't live under a motherfucking rock. And I'll be asking them, you ever seen Juice? You ever seen Boys in the Hood? They be like, what are you talking about? Are you even speaking English? Yes, motherfucker. That's our classics. Not this white classic shit. And I swear, y'all niggas be ripping and raving about these type of movies and they suck.
Jesus
this movie
Christ.
was trash. Alright? Since I'm a stat teacher, let me give you the stats. IMDb gave it a 7.1 and Rotten Tomatoes gave it a 65%. You want to know something? I agree with them critics. So freak them critics. This movie was doo-doo water. This was poo. This was manure. This was horrible.
Oh my God!
The people gave it 89%. The white people gave it 89%. They support they white classics. I commend y'all for that. Hold on. I'll give you hand claps for that. Y'all support the out y'all white classics. God damn. Shit. Man. This came out March 23rd, 1990. This was directed by Gary Marshall. This cast had Julia Roberts. All right, you know Julia Roberts. I see why y'all like her. You feel me? She was, you know what I mean? She played Vivian Ward, aka the prostitute. What? You had Richard Gere. He was Edward Lewis. He was the billionaire motherfucker. Then you had other people like Jason Alexander. I know him as George Costanza. If his mama named him George, I'ma call the nigga George. What? But in this movie, he was Philip Stuckey. He was the lawyer that was very, let's say the R word. He was very R-wordish. You know what I mean? This was American romantic comedy. So this was a rom-com, bruh.
Jesus Christ.
Oh! My God. This is some old Cinderella bullshit. This will never happen. I mean, movies are supposed to be, they fictional and shit. They ain't supposed to be true and shit. But this was just out of line, alright? This was horse shit. What? Man. Alright, let me get a plot of the story. Let me see if I can do the plot under a minute. Rich guy at a party. Left the party with his lawyer car. Motherfucker don't know how to drive a stick shift. Get stuck somewhere in motherfucking Hollywood Boulevard where the hoes is at. What? The hoe was new hoe in town. Her whole girl was like, you know what? You take this John. Walk up to the car, hit her meal ticket. This nigga rich, broke up with his girlfriend, is having a midlife crisis or whatever. Takes her in, and now he hires her. Now they fall in love. Love story. They hook up. The end. What? that was it. That's the end. That's the end. What? That was basically that was the gist of the movie. That was the gist of the movie. Pretty Woman. Hoe got lucky. Meet a billionaire. Never had to work again. This nigga randomly goes to that spot. You know what? That nigga been to that spot before. You ain't fooling me. God damn it. Edward Lewis, you been to that spot before. You magically just go to the whole spot you know where. No, motherfucker. You bullshitting. You been there before. Picking up the hose.
Jesus Christ.
You do. But nah, basically, he was at a party. He seen his ex-wife. His ex-wife was married to a new guy, which was a good guy or whatever. And then, like, he had his girlfriend, and, like, the ex-wife was like, well, how you doing with your girl? And he like, I don't know. My love life is, like, trash. I keep not finding the right woman. And basically, it was more like, nigga, he wasn't paying attention. He was just all about money. And essentially, what this nigga did, he tried to make it seem so fancy what he did, and this and that. Nigga, you was an investor. You an investor in companies, nigga. You just a Warren Buffett ass nigga. He tried to be like, I buy companies and I break them down into parts and then I sell them off. I'm very fancy with my companies. I buy $1 billion company and I break it down and I make more billions. So you an investor? You kind of like a loan shark, nigga. You work for the white mob. What? I'm gonna say that. That's what. You know what? I'm gonna make this more interesting. I'm gonna make the movie more interesting. Essentially, Edward Lewis worked for the mob. He went into companies and he was like, you know what? If you don't give me this company so I can break you down and do this shit, I'm gonna break your financial legs.
Jesus Christ.
And that's what he was about. Then he was sad because love life sucked. He went, took his goddamn lawyer car, Philip Stuckey, aka George Costanza, and he was like, I'm about to ride this shit home. I'm sad. And then he went around and he saw where all the pretty women was at, the pretty, respectable women. And one of them came into his car offering to wash his windows. And she was like, you know what? I'm trying to just, get some money for my college degree because I want to be a lawyer. That's what she wanted to be. Air quotes. She wanted to be a lawyer. So then he was like, nah, baby girl, you know what? Just hop in his car, take a ride with me. So then he needed directions. She was the first Siri. What? Think about it. She gave the nigga directions. Freaking, what's her name? Vivian Ward, aka Julia Roberts, was the first Siri. Gave him directions to his hotel, and he was like, this woman's nice. She wants to be a lawyer. I could fund her career. So then he was like, all right, how much you charge for an hour? And she didn't know her own price. She was like, I'm $100 an hour. And he laughed because he was like, that's cheap. I got you. Then they went up to the hotel, and in the hotel, all the people was looking at her and was like, what's this hoe doing here? She don't belong here. I guess this was classism that they were trying to show in this rom-com, but I don't give a damn. So then she's like, he stayed and they talked, and then I guess they bonded a connection, and then did they have sex the first night? I don't think they even slapped cheeks the first night. She didn't slap them cheeks the first night, you feel me? He held off he was like, you don't get this dick right away. So then, like, I guess the next night, and then, like, he made a deal with her and was like, yo, I need you for the whole week. This was after she gave him that puss. What? She put that thing on his ass, and he was like, I need her more often. So it was weird, though, too, because he didn't do it like how she wanted at first. She was kind of annoying, kind of kiddish or whatever, and she was just like, come on, I'm trying to hurry up get this dick. And he was like, hold off, baby girl, we need to know each other. Then he was sitting around watching TV, like, and then she, like, looked at him, and he crawled over like a cat. I guess that's what it was. The cat crawl made him get in the mood. So then they got them slapping cheeks, and then he was like, I need to hire you for the whole week. I'll hire you for 6 days. And then, Vivian Ward was like, you ain't gonna never want to get rid of me. And he was like, after the 6 days, I need your ass out.
Jesus Christ.
All business. All business. And then it goes on, and then she started befriending some of the people at the hotel, but then she tried to, like, buy some clothes at a shop or whatever, and here go more classism, because she dressed, you know what it is? She was dressed like a goddamn clown. Like a cartoon character. I would have been even looking at her like, what the fuck does she got on with these damn weird ass leather boots, this colorful weak ass dress shirt thing she got on? Anybody would have looked at her ass crazy. But she went into, I guess, it was Gucci, Louis Vuitton. I don't know, one of them high design fashion motherfucking places. And what happened? They looked at her crazy. She went back to dude, the Edward Lewis, and he was like, alright, I gotta go in the store. And then went in the store and was like, yeah, this my woman. Cash out, respect her. So then, we went to another little party dinner thing. And this one they met up with Philip Stuckey, aka George Costanza. And you know what I mean? He told George because he was like, oh, you got another woman. I guess he was a ladies' man. Who the fuck knows? But people was like, you got another woman. I see you got a lovely woman. La 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 la. And then when he told Philip, he was like, yeah, this is just a hoe I bought. You feel me? But I'm feeling her. And he was like, oh, she a hoe? And then he started getting, he started being very R-wordish. And he had his wife, and he was like, yo, how much for the push? You feel me? I'm trying to get in and slide in where I can. And it was like, nigga, what? And then afterwards, he Edward Lewis ended up whooping his ass because he went over there and was like mad because their business deal fell through and he felt it was her fault, so he was going to punish her by R-wording her, essentially. And then Edward Lewis came in time, whooped his ass. White knight and shining armor ass nigga. And you feel me? Came in and like they him, Vivian Ward and Edward Lewis fall in love, connection, and she landed a meal ticket. And they got in an argument and he hurt her and she left and he was like, I love her. And she was like, I love him. And he fought for his woman. I don't the know this shit. Ah! Why? White people out there. Why is this a classic? You know what? It's really white women. White women love this shit. Actually, I ain't gonna put that. Women love this shit. Fairy tale, Cinderella, bull malarkey. Come on now. Fuck it. If it brings love together, maybe I'll love it too. Oh my God, bruh. And I guess they ride off to the sunset and have kids. And I don't know. What do rich white men do with white hoes? I don't fuck know. Y'all put in the comment section below what they do. I don't know. Shit. I have no idea. This is a white classic. Pretty Woman on Hulu. Look, man. I don't discourage you or whatever watching movies, films, shows. I don't do none of that shit. I just give my opinion. And on my opinion, this movie sucked. This was terrible. Weak ass movie. White classic. Pretty Woman. There you go. Get the out of here. God damn it. I'm through. I am through with this shit.